Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the new year and welcome to the Purple Podcast. I'm your host, Uwak, and we'll be hosting the show together. Wow, this is the very first episode, and if you ask me, it's like a surprise to me because I don't even know how I'm able to do this right now. I never thought I would be able to do this, but then I find myself doing it. So I'm really happy. So I want to wish all of you guys a happy new year, and I want you to tune in and sit down. The show is going to be really good. It's the first show and it's the first day of the year. So today we're just going to be talking about the new year. But before we talk about the new year, let's just talk about the show. What is Purple Podcast? Purple Podcast, well, it sounds so cheesy if you ask me. Well, I chose the name because purple is like one of my favorite colors. Why is it my favorite color? I don't know. But I did some research and I heard from some people that purple meant royalty. I want to be a royal. I don't know how that will happen, but then I just want to be a royal. I want to have that feeling of being, kingly, or if there's anything like that, or princely, But that's that for that. Purple really makes me feel cool. Like it produces, or it gives me some kind of warmth. So purple it is for me. So the Purple Podcast, that's the name of this show. And the Purple Podcast is going to be centering on the youth, the average youth, mostly the Nigerian youth. What are the struggles we face? Everything we face, everything we love, we're going to be talking about it here. So we're going to be talking about music, we're going to be talking about lifestyle, we're going to be talking about the daily struggles and the homes and the schools, like the universities, everything the youth face and everything we love is all going to be happening here on the Purple Podcast. We are also going to be aiming at the social world, that's social media, down to tech, and finally to sports. I love sports so much, and I'm a proud basketball fan and also a basketball player. I also love football too. And if you ask me, my favorite basketballer is LeBron James, and this guy is really cool. I mean, I'm not telling you, he's graduated from more than just my favorite basketballer to a role model. And you guys should really learn some sports, keep yourself in shape and watch something, do something. I mean, you'll make yourself better. And so with all of that said, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I will beg you guys to exercise patience because this might not be as good as what you guys have been listening to, but with time, there'll be progress. So thank you once again, and this is the Purple Podcast. So hi once again, everybody. Welcome to 2020, and today we're going to be talking about the new perspective. I'm recording this really late, and that's because I just came back from the crossover service. I was at the crossover service, and boy, I'm going to tell you, it was awesome. I thought a lot of people wouldn't show for it because I'll be honest with you, 2020 has been a little bit frustrating, but in total, or in general rather, 2020 has been a very good year for me. And being very sincere, 2020 has been a great year, a very great one. And after this service, I realized some things. I mean, seeing everybody dancing and merry and cheery and all made me so warm. It made me realize that, despite the troubles and the struggles that everybody faces on a daily basis in 2020, if you really believe in something, if you believe there's a God, or you believe something rules you, and you definitely find solitude in that. And despite all the problems, you feel safe, you feel at ease and at home, especially in your place of worship. And tonight was really cool. Everybody all dancing, merry. I was so happy. But before we go into the new perspective for 2021, we'll have to talk about 2020. 2020 has been a dangerous year. Yes, I said dangerous because of the insecurities that's happened, especially in Nigeria. Dangerous in the sense that there was COVID-19, the NSAS protest of shooting and all. I mean, it was terrible. Yeah, it really was terrible. But in the end, we're standing strong here in 2021. We're healing hearty, and all we've got to do is to thank God for that. We just have to thank God for that, because He's the only one that made it possible for that to be. He made it possible. He's the one that made it possible. He made it possible. So all through 2020, there's been a series of heartbreaks. I lost a whole lot of people in 2020. Took a whole lot of people. It was really sad, but there was nothing we could do about that. All we needed to do was to keep forging ahead, to keep thinking big and dreaming big, and hoping for a better place and a better Nigeria too. I still believe in this country, although I don't show it. But then I believe that one day, someday, we will be really united as back then we used to be, and things will really move and walk forward for us in this country. Well, 2020 for me, I told you, has been a good year. A lot of people will ask me, are you insane, or are you normal? Are you mint? How would you say 2020 has been a good year for you? And I'll start by saying, okay, I achieved a lot of things in 2020. At the beginning of 2020, I set a goal, and to be honest, I achieved almost all of it. I didn't achieve all, but I achieved almost all of it. And I'm so happy and I'm proud of myself. And I give God all the things, because it wasn't just by my might. I believe in God, and He was with me. So I scaled through 2020 with God, and I made it. I really, really made it, even though I didn't accomplish all. But then I still give Him all the glory. Well, that's that for that. And 2020 still took some things from me. Well, He didn't take anybody close to me. He didn't take a life from me, but He took some things from me. Yeah, thinking about it, it's almost making me teary-eyed, but nah, I'm a man. Yeah, let's just forget about that. So moving on to 2021, the new perspective. We are all going to we are already in a new year. So a lot of us have been seeing a lot of posts about, before we even go into this, I want to thank everybody for everything. I was so freaking mesmerized today, not just today, a few minutes ago. My phone was blowing up with messages here and there, everybody wishing me a happy new year, and I don't even really wish people happy new year like that. I'll just be like, well, they'll send me happy new year, and if I remember, I'll send you happy new year. But then stuff were coming in from different places, and I was replying, sending other people happy new year too, and it was really nice and fun. And at the point I was like, I think I really used to miss out. Yeah, I think I'll start doing this right now. And truly, I'll start doing this right now. I'll start sending people happy new year. After this podcast, I'm still going to send a whole lot of people happy new year, and I mean it. Happy new year. Welcome to 2021. So in this year 2021, you will need some perspectives, or you will need to change your perspectives about things. That's why I call it a new perspective. It's a new year. Well, I've been seeing a lot of posts about people shouting the new resolution, 2021 this, 2021 that, 2021 this, 2021 that, 2021 this, 2021 that. And I'm like, yeah, all of these are good. It's nice to set goals. But then you can't just be saying 2021 this, 2021 that, and then not do anything about that. Because I'll be honest with you, 2021, the 1st of January, Friday, is just another day. Yesterday was Thursday, and that was 2020. Today is Friday. The only difference is that it's a new year. Now that you know it's a new year, what have you done to make it actually look like a new year? Nothing. All you know how to do is to post and make everybody understand that my new year, new resolution is going to be this, is going to be that. All of that is just mouth. You need to work. You need to put some effort to make sure 2020 or your 2021 rather is what you guys should pardon me. Okay, I'm still used to 2020. So you have to put in some effort and some work to make sure your 2021 is really good. And one of the first things we will need to do this year is to be well assured of the present. Let's be aware that this is 2021 right now, and it's no longer 2020. And whatever thing you felt you couldn't achieve in 2020 has passed with 2020. It's a new year. Get on some new shoes, okay? Get on something new. It's new this time around. You're not talking about 2020 anymore. It's now 2021. So it's a new year. So start acting brand new. Start acting new. Let all your stuff, not like all your stuff, but then let everything you do just depict a new person. And there's something else I would like to address, and I see a lot of people really 2021 is a big year, sure, but then we humans really make it look like it's not the same as other years. I don't know how to put it this time around, but then we make it seem like 2021 came with its own special package. But no, that's not it. To me, 2021 is not something entirely new. It's just the start of another year. And I read a post today, and it said, after one day, only a year changes. People don't change. I really want that to be true, to be false amongst us. After 1 year, or after 1 day rather, only a year changes. People actually do not change, and that's where we're going to be talking about. 2020 has passed. Yesterday was 2020. Today is 2021. You've not put anything in place. It's a new year, but you have to change. It's not just the year that matters right now. It is we as humans that matter, and our behavior in 2021 that matters. You want to get richer? You want to have that business? You want to start that business? You want to start recording your music? No, you have to take the bold step, the first step. You don't have to just sit down like the way you did all through 2020 and expect that special miracle that 2021 holds somewhere will come meet you. No, you have to change. Your behavior have to be different. You have to see things from a new perspective. The way you saw and view things in 2020 is over. It's now 2021. You look at things from a deeper perspective. You don't just look at things like I want. Look at things right now as I need to. You don't need to want anymore. You need to. And not just wanting, you need to work for them, work to get them. And all you have to do is to just see the year as another year that's been occurring, and you yourself having to strive harder and to make more impressions on the planet Earth. You need to change the world. You need to be an earth shaker to move this 20 or to make 2021 move for you. So if you feel 2021 is going to be a great year, or you want 2021 to be a great year for you, you've got to do something about that. And what do you have to do? Your behavior has to change. You have to change. You have to work harder. You have to sacrifice some things. You have to sacrifice a whole lot of things. And that's what we humans actually fail to do. We fail to sacrifice some things. We just come out and post on our status and our stories that, man, New Year is my year of this, my year of that. Yeah, sure, it's good. As much as you love claiming all the spiritual goodies, you need to also work for them. Literally. So 2021 is our year of whatever thing you want to claim. That's really good. So another thing I'm going to be talking about is that in 2021 you should set new goals. But before you set new goals, evaluate your 2020. Is it up to your heart desire? Did it meet are you satisfied with it? If you're not, then you bring in some of those things you couldn't accomplish or you couldn't achieve in 2020 to 2021. It's not a bad thing. It's not a crime for you to hustle on the same hustle you hustled and failed in 2020 rather. All you just need to do is that you make sure they become really successful in 2021, and you need to set new goals. I mean, right now your mind is bigger. You are thinking much more bigger things. You need to set new goals and set realistic goals. That's one thing I'm going to be talking about. We don't set realistic goals. Sometimes we just set some goals, and I mean, it's like something out of a movie, but it doesn't really work that way. Set realistic goals so that you clench your goals. You don't need to set something that is really, you understand what I'm talking about. Just the main point, or what I'm just trying to say, is that you should set realistic goals that are humanly possible, or goals that are humanly possible. And one more thing to get your 2021 really interesting and kickstarting is to really appreciate and one more thing is to appreciate human efforts. A lot of us actually do not appreciate human efforts. Our parents strive hard for us, our teachers, a whole lot of people do some things for even our friends, and we just look at it as it's normal, you're supposed to do it. But I mean, this is 2021, and we really should stop such attitude, because I'll be honest with you, they don't really go well in the long run. It might seem, or it might look all good and well for you right now, but in the long run it doesn't really end well, because you will definitely need something from someone in this life. They always say no man is an island of knowledge. I think that's true. I know that's true. You might know everything, but then at the end of the day you will end up needing something even very small from someone, and at that point in time you start to wonder, who do I run to? But if you've been good with each other, like if you've been good to everyone, and your behavior towards everyone has been really nice, I mean, you wouldn't have much issues. But then appreciate human efforts. That's another thing we have to talk about in 2021. What the hell is wrong with me? I don't know what is wrong with me. Hey guys, it's 2021. Enjoy your day. Just enjoy yourself. And so, speaking about appreciating human efforts, I really want to round up here, and I'm sorry I cannot continue because it's my first podcast. And in French we call the first episode, we call it la première. So la première. This is my first podcast, and I know it's pretty whack. But then I need to appreciate some human beings. Like, I didn't want to do this, despite the fact that I'm doing it. Despite the fact I'm doing it right now, I still didn't want to do it. But then, all thanks to my guys, shout out to Tazi, Flows, Mac Flows, Steez God, Flawless on Money, Lord, I respect them, all my niggas. So some of them I couldn't call their names. I mean, I really have a passion for doing things like this, just that I don't know how to do them. But hopefully, with your help and with your support, I'll reach the goal. Thank you everyone, or thank you all for listening to my show. And I'll meet you all next week. And don't worry, it'll be better this time around, more interesting. Have a good morning and Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Have a nice rest.